Well, we're going to play an extra minute this quarter.
Oh, there it goes.
There we
6
go.
minutes. Well, I got a chance to go down and talk to the officials at halftime and get a little assessment from them of the game. It's been a nice game, though. The kids are playing hard on both sides and very clean game. Good sportsmanship.
Yep. Of course, we change ends at half, so now the second half. Chippewa's shooting at the other end, and Ryan Mills cuts in and gets an easy 2. A little too easy, I think, for Coach Youngblood.
You don't like to see him give up easy baskets like that, playing man-to-man.
A little too much dribble, I think, that time by Walker, but the outlet pass to Brown just a little too hard to handle, and he couldn't get his composure before the travel.
Sometimes you get that easy breakaway, and it's almost too much for you.
They've switched to a man-to-man press now by Chippewa.
Surprised they did. They were having such great success with that zone. Maybe they'll go back to it.
Walker again showing that patience that he had in the first half. Good give and go. Up, give him the basket, and a foul by Parrott.
He got that pass from number 22, Bobby Clark, and Bobby Clark has been in the starting lineup all year. He's just one of those kids that doesn't get a lot of glory, doesn't score a lot of points, but is just very unselfish, plays good, hard defense. Just another one of those great kids that you were talking about earlier, Paul.
There's the free throw. Now they're starting to make the charity stripe count. Thelmus, a quick release. Perrick with the rebound, goes right back up hard with it. Ryan Mills again brings it out, and we're going to reset it. Thelmus for 3. Again, just a little off. Jake Brown for 3, and it's through. Jake Brown again with that spot up 3.
Very nice.
Justin Tate made a move, but it just got caught on his hand a little bit, and he brought it over.
I'm sure Coach Youngblood and Coach Daly were hoping to alleviate some of these turnovers in the second half.
Mills gets that same cut he had in the first half. Give him the basket, and there's a step-in foul.
2 quick buckets for Chippewa. Nice move on both those. He got Billy Williams off his feet and just drove right to the basket.
And converts the free throw. Again, we have the man-to-man. Clark over to Just. Up Walker again showing the patience, slowing it down, letting the things develop. Clark, good ball fake and up and in. Central seems content right now to play defense in the half court. Mills again works his way through. No shot that time.
Mills is hurting. He's a one-man wrecking crew right now against Central. He's been penetrated the last 3 times down the court, got on the inside and made some nice moves, and he's doing some damage.
Mills going to bring it up to the top and reset over to Thelmus. Thelmus gets the baseline. Jake Brown comes down with the ball, up into Johnny Skelba's hands, up with the move, and we got a foul.
Chippewa's all over. They're hustling, they're out hustling Central right now to the basketball every time. And looks like Coach Daly's a little upset with the way that Central's playing defense.
Skelba comes up with the first one. Johnny, in my opinion, is the toughest defender on the Chippewa squad. You play him one-on-one, and he can stay with you.
I actually thought Central might do better with Chippewa on a man-to-man full court press, but they have actually not done well against it and had some turnovers again.
Again, we see that the press is going to be man-to-man. Over the top. Eric Campbell didn't look at all tentative to take that ball toward the rack.
Walker made a nice pass, and I think it really opened things up for him. Nice pass.
Great inside dish, and give Justin Tate 2 more. Again, Central's content to play it in the half court. Donald with a quick release. Big Purdue comes down with it again. The ball's up, falls into Justin Tate's hands. Anthony Walker finally is able to clean up down there.
Walker
Great hustle
on the inside, didn't he, and just scooped that one up.
A great hustle by both teams. Nobody wanted to give that one up. Perrick on the inside, turn around, and that's going to come up and in.
Perrick's a nice looking ball player too, Paul. He's got some nice moves on the inside.
Perrick's been developing well. It's been fun to watch him the 2 years that he's played. Brought it right to him that time and up and over. Perrick again on Purdue. That should be fun.
Perrick's got some good speed, good quickness for a big guy.
Justin Tate tries to split the double team, and they're going to give him a traveling violation.
Central's forcing the ball a little bit right now. I think they like to see, the coaches like to see a little more patience, a little more ball control, work for the shot. Kind of surprised that Walker hasn't been handling the ball as much for Central.
He was their success in the first quarter. Mills brings it up over to Dazer, who just checked in. Dazer finds a wide open McGinnis. Perrick with another rebound. They didn't put a body on him, and they paid.
Perrick is really hurting Central right now on the inside. He's got great position, and he's just scooping up those boards.
Walker takes it in. Purdue got a hand on it. Skilba stayed with it. It's in the hands of Ryan Mills. Looking up, finds Dazer. Into Skilba. Skilba up and over. Good rebound by Anthony Walker, and he's on the loose. He's going to take it all the way up and in.
Nice play by Walker. Saw his opening and took it right to the hole.
Again, Ryan Mills is bringing it up. Over to Greg Dazer. He's going to put up a 3. A little short. Eric Campbell comes down with it.
Central was fortunate to get that rebound, Paul. They really didn't have good position. The ball just came out a little long.
Walker again was able to get right to the rim. Both teams show great hustle. Mills tracks it down out to Dazer. And we're going to set it back up. Johnny Skilba just inside the 3-point line and tapped over to Walker. Walker the last 2 times down the floor has taken it himself and said, put this team on my shoulders, I'm going to carry you. So a quick played third quarter. We're already into the last minute.
Those 6-minute quarters, Paul, just seem to fly by. I can tell you that as a coach when you're trying to get players in, as you know yourself. And you look up at that clock and you just can't believe how fast the time goes.
Yeah, that's another point to bring up. I know that CPH 6 does televise a lot of the high school games, and there's more of an emphasis at the middle school level to get all the players some equal playing time and let them develop, because you don't know whose bodies are going to grow as they get into the high school. And
absolutely, Paul, and I think we still are looking at our level of play as a developmental time for the kids.
Ryan Mills with a 3-pointer. Again, that spot up.
Mills has had a sensational second half, hasn't he? Another bad turnover for Central. A little out of sync right now, Paul. I think they really need to collect themselves a little bit and get their minds back in the game.
Mills freed up by a pick. Michael Spear comes down with the strong rebound. Gets it over to Steve Williams. Over to Walker. Walker's going to again take it to the rack. Give him the basket. Chad Langoff, number 11, was just a little slow getting over.
Walker again is showing you that speed and quickness that he has. And he's actually the kind of player that can take over and really dominate a game.
Converts from the charity stripe. Got a foul on Spear.
Central's extended their defense out a little bit, and they really have compromised themselves a little bit with bringing their bigger men out, and with Chippewa having the quickness and speed that they have, Paul, they're making one good fake, and then they're heading towards the basket, and Central's finding themselves kind of standing on their feet.
Thelmus comes up short on the first one. I think Coach Daly and Coach Youngblood will be happy if they get away with one here. I think Michael Spear kind of bailed him out on that last one because Thelmus wasn't set when he put that up with 3 seconds left.
Well, there's the end of the third quarter.
We got a real good ball game. Again, just like the girls' games were before, we're looking at a 3-point difference between the two teams.
Well, the teams are so evenly matched. I just think that you come into these games, you know it's anybody's game. It's the team that's going to out-hustle the other team, the team that's going to probably make the fewest mistakes. And right now, it just appears that Central is making more turnovers. They're making more mistakes, and you look at that scoreboard, and it certainly reflects it. You know, Paul, one of the interesting things you talked about earlier was our program and the developmental aspects of it. I think it's important to realize and for people to know that the coaches and in the programs really take that attitude too, is that we try to make sure that every kid, every player on the team maybe doesn't get the equal playing time, but gets in every game, plays a quality amount of time, and makes them feel really like a part of the team. And I know that Chippewa as well as Central really concentrates on that. And we get a lot of great kids, and we just want to make sure that they all get the opportunity to be part of something great. And we've got some great programs, great kids. I just am lucky myself, I feel, to be part of something like this, and I know you do too.
Yeah, when I get to coach my girls basketball or the softball, I don't feel it as a job. I get to work with the kids, and some of these kids that we work with, they're going to go on to great things, and it's just fun to watch them blossom as they develop and grow grow in their confidence as well.
Well, we've got a situation here in Port Huron that I feel very fortunate with, and that's a nice commitment from the whole school district, and we've got that 6th grade program in place right now that's bringing a lot of kids in and working with them on Saturdays and giving them a lot of experience. I was over a couple Saturdays ago, and each school has 2 teams. We're seeing great competition. The kids are over there really learning a lot about basketball, and I think it's going to only help the total program right from 7th, 8th, right up through the high school to develop these kids and start a program for us in Port Huron that is going to really show some success. Looks like we got a timeout right now, Paul.
The officials are going over the scorebooks. The scorebooks have to match up in a regular season game. Whatever the home school is, their book is the one that's official, but I don't know how it works in the tournament game. I know at Chippewa, students do it, and you see at a lot of the games that even the job of keeping the score books goes to students, and the refs are really impressed by the conscientiousness that our kids keep these books too.
Coach Daly and Coach Youngblood had time to talk to their kids a little bit with this extra timeout, maybe settle them down a little bit and discuss the turnover ratio that we're seeing right now from them. And I hope that they definitely feel that they are still in this game. It's only a 3-point game at this point. Certainly with 6 minutes left, it's still anybody's game. Knowing Coach Youngblood and Coach Daly as I do, they're going to be in it till the last tick goes off that clock.
As far as things go, I know we cut off in halftime, and another group of the kids that don't get a lot of attention are the cheerleaders from both squads. I saw Central did a really athletic program with their cheerleaders, and Central has about 20 cheerleaders here as well. And those kids work hard too, and that's considered a sport, and they have just as many practices as the basketball players.
Well, they're a big part of our program at Central.
Walker with a great pass into Spear, just a little long. Johnny Skilba with the rebound.
Nice ball move by Central, just couldn't convert.
Good move by Thelmus, but just off. Spear comes down with the rebound, patiently waits to find an open person. Inside to Spear, back out to Walker. Walker gets a step, moves to the middle, fouls his own shot, and gets the basket.
Walker
Only good things can happen when you foul your shot. Mills up with another three, and that's in.
Mills has been outstanding this half, Paul. He's just made some beautiful baskets. He's hustling all over the court.
Okay, we got a held ball. Jake Brown held his position, snuck up in there. Possession arrows over at Chippewa. Justin Tate comes back in along with number 22, Robert Clark. Clark has had a real good game, like you were pointing out earlier. He sees the floor real well and dishes to the open person.
He's definitely a team-type player, the kind of player coach loves to have on the team.
Brown looking to take a three. A little long, going for the rebound. Still on the floor. Mills is down with it, trying to keep his dribble. Brings it out to Brown. Brown gets a step to the baseline, back to Mills. Mills thought about it, brings it in. We're going to have a travel before the shot.
Turnover by Mills, but we've been calling his name an awful lot this half, haven't we? He's played a great game for Chippewa. Chippewa's just out there hustling, Paul. They're all over the floor.
Speaking of hustle and great games, number 52, Troy Perrick, has checked back in, and we've called his number a lot too underneath the boards. For Central, speaking of numbers, Justin Tate's been hustling all over the floor all game.
Tate's played a good game for Central also.
Clark goes in on the baseline. Doesn't get the shot, but he does get the foul.
Tell you one thing I like to see as a coach myself, Paul, I like to see at this level teams playing man-to-man. I think it's the foundation of good basketball, and I think it's a way that these kids learn from the bottom up how to play defense, which is the cornerstone of this game and most athletic events. But both teams are really doing a good job on their man defense tonight. I'm just happy to see that they haven't gone to a zone and they're sticking with their game plan.
Clark put the first one in. Very nice shot. Second one doesn't get the roll. Purdue staying with it, and he brings down the board. He got up in the air and just couldn't find an opening to dish off to.
You see with Purdue's size, he doesn't have to jump much, and we kind of joke around a little bit. He's our Bill Lambier.
He's a little bigger than I am. I don't think I'd joke around with him. Johnny Skelba takes a great drive to the basket, and the lane opened up, and he found it.
Well, Chippewa cleared it out, and he took it right to the hoop.
We're back in that zone press that worked so well in the first half for Chippewa. But again, Walker has the ball in his hand, and it seems like it just settles back in as soon as he gets it, showing great patience. Clark a little short, down to Johnny Skelba. Tate brought down the rebound, and then Ryan Mills gets the foul.
Well, Central showed a little impatience down on their offensive end that time, Paul, and I think that you're going to see that if that continues, a quick timeout to get the team settled down and get the ball back in Walker's hands and let him run that offense.
Again, with the passing, they broke the press real easy. It's not giving them trouble like it did the first half. Walker's got the ball, setting it up patiently. Tate got an inside step on Perrick, and Perrick had to foul to avoid the basket.
That was a good foul by Perrick. He really had an easy two, and Perrick went up and made him at least think about the shot. Got a body on him. Really haven't been a lot of fouls in the game, though, have they, Paul? It's been a very cleanly played game, great sportsmanship. I know that Coach Daly and Coach Youngblood both stress that at Central, as we all do, and it's a real credit to these teams to see them come out here and play a game like this and keep it the spirit of the game, which is the friendship tournament.
Yeah, it's real nice to know that our coaches have kids that they can put out on the floor, and they're going to represent their schools quite well.
You know, by the way, Coach Daly is a new addition to our coaching staff this year, and he's been a great addition. I know that Coach Youngblood, who does a great job also and truly likes working with kids, has just been so glad to have Coach Daly come in. He's got a lot of basketball knowledge. You can see he's a big guy. He's played quite a bit of basketball himself, and he really brings something to the team that is useful and helpful. We're really glad to have him around.
Justin Tate just a little short on that first one. In with the second one.
Kind of surprised Central's not going into some kind of full court pressure right now, Paul.
Ryan Mills again with a three, off the heel. Perrick brings it into Walker's hands, and Walker's on the run. Up and in, great body control by Anthony Walker.
He came down and split the defense and took it up strong and came up with a nice two.
Mills again might be going to the barrel once too often now with those three-pointers.
Well, right now, Paul, I don't think they need a shooter. I think they need to look at something else that's going to work for them right now. They're ahead in the ball game. Shooting threes right now, at this point in time anyway, I don't think is real necessary. I think Coach Van Teen would like them to work the ball a little bit more and show a little more patience.
Get it inside to Perrick. Perrick up just a little too hard with it. Walker with the rebound. Walker again with great ball control. Up.
There's Perrick with that inside position again.
Spear with the rebound over to Tate. And they're going to slow it down again, showing great court sense to slow that down and just get settled and get a good shot. Tate gets to the middle, up, and in.
Nice penetration by Justin Tate. That has been open, hasn't it, tonight, Paul? Chippewa has not shut off that middle, and Central's taken advantage of it.
Here's the middle again, Ryan Mills, and Mills up with another two.
Coach Youngblood's not happy with that defense.
Jake Brown just didn't get position on that one, so he's going to get the foul.
Yeah, at this level, in particular, they're going to call most reach-ins. Anytime the official sees that arm go in there, they're going to call that reach-in foul. We're in the bonus right now, Paul, for Central.
Clark's going to shoot the one-on-one. For those not familiar with the middle school game, you shoot 1-and-1 after the 6th foul. On the 7th foul, you shoot 1-and-1. And then after 10 fouls, you get 2 shots. First one up and in.
Bobby Clark's had a nice game for Central tonight.
great team player. He looks like anything that the coaches want him to do, he'll go out there and do. No ego involved, just do for the team. Chippewa needs to just settle down, get a real good shot off here. Wow, what a tough shot.
Fadeaway jump shot. I think you taught him that one, didn't you, Paul?
Boy, I can't do that. Oh, we got a kick ball.
Another one of those turnovers against Central. I'd almost venture a guess that Central has turned the ball over 3 times more than Chippewa has tonight, Paul. It's really hurt them. Really hurt them.
And with all that, it's a 4-point game. So one team will go on the run and the other team will answer.
Well, it'll be interesting to see with 1:27 left in this game what both teams decide to do with that clock. Obviously, Chippewa doesn't need a lot of points. They just need to come out, be more selective with their shot selection. They need to work the ball. Don't do anything foolish. Don't turn the ball over and force Central into maybe making some more mistakes. But Central right now, they definitely need to think about at this time maybe putting some pressure, full court pressure on, setting up their trap and looking for a couple easy turnovers. And there we have one right now, Paul.
Pulls one down. Thelma's pushed into the back. Call the basket, and we have an intentional foul. Intentional foul gives them the shot plus the ball out of bounds.
Boy, that hurt Chippewa, Paul.
I think Donald got a little frustrated there. He had the ball right in front of him, and it got picked, and that doesn't happen to Donald too often.
No. Well, you hate to see it. It's a costly mistake, but they're kids, and we're all humans. We all make mistakes, and it's just the nature of things at times. Central didn't capitalize off the ball. They missed that free throw, even though they'll get the ball out of bounds. They had an opportunity to cut it to a smaller number. Costly mistake right there, Paul. Costly mistake. Line violation.
Back in the hands of Mills. Mills inside to Perrick. Perrick brings it up hard. Gets the roll.
Perrick's been a force on the inside for Chippewa. He certainly knows how to use his body well.
And as hard as you see him work out here on the floor, he works just as hard in the classroom. Ryan Mills with a great steal. Donald Thelma slipped it up. And there's Bobby Clark coming down with the ball.
Central ball sound like an open record tonight, don't I? Well, Central's going to take a timeout and try to settle the kids down. It's so easy to get frustrated in this game because you try things and they don't work, and it goes from sometimes worse to bad, and this is what's happening at Central right now. They're the ones that needed to create turnovers, and right now they're making them. The costly mistakes. Chippewa's taking advantage of them. I like what Perrick's doing on the inside for Chippewa, Paul. He's using his body size to his advantage. He's getting inside position. He's got a nice soft touch, too. Very nice ball player. It's interesting. I see George Mosher here tonight, the varsity coach up at Port Huron High School, and he's got to be happy to see not only this tournament taking place, but what's going on developing this kind of situation for basketball in the city. But he's seen some of his future players, I'm sure, and he's getting an eyeful. There's some good play going on tonight, and I'm sure that he's got his eyes set on some of these kids playing for him someday.
call could have went either way. Thelmus went in and Spear held his ground. That one could have went either way, and it's real hard to see from the outside.
Called a shooting foul on that too, Paul. It's kind of surprising. I thought he was just trying to make a move to the basket, but they're giving him 2.
One thing that Coach Mojer might not know is the excellent calendar of these kids. He won't have to worry about eligibility with any of these kids.
That's comforting news. Same thing at Central. We've got a lot of.
Jake Brown with a tough rebound comes up with it. It's around Mills. Thelmus with a quick release. We got a timeout. We're going to set something up. We got half a minute left in the game, and Chippewa's only down by 3.
Well, just like we anticipated, Paul, that we'd see a good game, that would be a close one. It certainly has reflected that, and I'm sure that the next game will not be much different, that you'll not see a blowout there either. It just seems like when these 4 teams get together, things get real tight, and it creates a real competitive situation.
Coach Van Team and I share war stories during our seasons. He doesn't coach during the girls' season, and I don't coach during the men's season. And of course, our game came down. You and I had to coach against each other in the girls' tournament, and it went down to the last shot of the game. And Coach Van Team, when I was telling him about it, said that this is when it's fun. When it's real close, this is when coaching counts. So we'll see what we can do in the last 30 seconds. Into Mills. Out top to Thelmus. Brown thought about it, looking for an open. He's got an open shot. It's up. Well off the mark on that one. I think Anthony Walker was going to go in, so to keep him in the game, I think that's all Jake Brown could do was to try to catch up to him and foul him. If he hits one of these, he's pretty much sealed it off for Central. Shows great confidence.
Shooting definitely improved in the second half.
Well, give him some pressure. That first half, he wasn't hitting anything, and in this second half, when it's counted, he's been there.
He has certainly stepped forward for Central. Coach Van Team's got to wonder about some of the shot selection that Chippewa had here later in the game. They certainly needed some points, but a little more patience maybe would have paid off for them, working the ball a little bit more. They were having success on the inside. I know they like to shoot the threes and that they have had some success there, but they had penetrated on several occasions, got on the inside, scored some easy baskets. And the way Perrick was playing, I'm sure that the coach would like to see them get the ball into him a little more often.
Ball comes down into Justin Tate's hands. Thelmus comes over with 1.5 on.
Central's got to feel fortunate right now, don't you think, Paul? They struggled this game. They at times showed that they were not converting when they had many opportunities. They had many turnovers in this game, but they seem to hang in there and keep their composure. And Walker came alive on that free throw line, and that may have been the difference.
There are a couple of kids that just took control for Central. Robert Clark, you might not see his name real prominent before, but boy, he really did a nice job out there too.
Clark definitely had a great game. Again, kind of an unsung hero type, and again, he's a flashy kind of player, but he's just out there working hard, playing good defense, making some nice passes, and being a real team player.
Well, we got to see a real good game, and
Thanks for working with me.
It was fun, Paul. It was certainly our first experience, and may have been the first time that a middle school game was ever done by a broadcaster, a play-by-play, and a color man. So.
And let me tell you, after coaching against you, it's a lot more fun working with you than against you.
I concur. Thanks again, Paul. It was fun.
It was fun.